Power struggles over control are the most frequent source of friction and fighting. Since you both are competitive, you both may want to win every battle at all costs. Neither of you will want to give in or give up. You may think, if I give an inch, this person will take a mile. And in many cases, you're right. If you cannot reach compromises, your relationship may become a battleground. So, someone who's outgoing and task oriented would be a D or dominant style. That color is green for go because those individuals want to get a lot of stuff done. The symbol is an exclamation point because everything's urgent. Today, 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 today. That's me. You got D's that dream it up. I mean, I'm a DI and mostly D until I get around Mindy, and then I turn into a goofy I, and, and my eye comes out in certain situations, but my D and I are there, and so they're right up there at the top. And I wake up every day with new ideas. I woke up this morning with a solution, an idea to a challenge, that big challenge that we have right now, a big opportunity. And I was like, whoa, got to do this. So the first thing I did this morning, I start texting people, emailing people, delegating. D stands for delegate, getting that stuff going. So the dreamer, the D, the one who sees the vision, puts the vision out there, is very important to the team. The dominant leader, the D, the high D, and each one of the team member styles. So, dominant leader with the dominant or determined team member. Here's the strengths. As long as you both share the same desires and direction, you'll experience harmony and you'll be able to accomplish a lot as a team. Your mutual goals, admiration, and desire to get results can be very positive and affirming. But here's the thing. If you're a D leader with a D on your team, that person, let's talk about strategies, don't force issues. Don't threaten them, don't give them ultimatums. That's what I used to do. Out of control D, like, we're going to do this, you're going to do this. Uh, don't ask me why, just do what I say. That ain't going to work with a D. So balance, holding a hard line with allowing the D team members some areas under which they can have control. You want a D on your team that's going to go handle some stuff for you, and they have some leeway in how to do that. So balance, holding a hard line with allowing the D team members some areas on over which they can have some control. Allow the D team member to have choices, control, and authority whenever possible. Do not lecture. Do not talk down to the team member. If one of my team members wants to get me upset, disrespect me, argue with me in a meeting, talk down to me in a meeting. And the only person who has the courage to do that is my high D's son. And the only way he can get away with it is because uh, he has a leverage tool called grandkids. But it's pretty funny because he'll call me right out in the meeting and like dress me down. Like, dude, come on now. So sometimes we have to fight. So just be direct and stick to business. Do not argue with the D team member. If you do, um, they have already won the battle because they were able to control your emotions and reactions. So maturity is, let's say you're a D and you feel attacked by another D. Maturity is like understanding, okay, that person's just out of control right now. I'm sure they have a reason. There's some reason for that. I'm not going to let that bother me. All right, D to C. The strengths, since both of you focus on tasks and enjoy working independently, you share some common ground. You're both task oriented. As a team with your direction as a D and the C team members' attention to detail, you can accomplish a lot together. Listen, Scott Zach was my partner, and high D out of control Howard got that company in a lot of debt. And I was buying trucks, I was buying this, buying that. We had all this debt, and Scott's a high C just couldn't stand it, and so he quit. And he I had to buy him out. Now Scott Zach works with me. He's not a partner nowadays, but after I got my act together and my personality as well as my um, values around money and debt, he came back, and that guy handles all my financial affairs, my companies, my revenue streams, my real estate, my personal bank accounts, all of it. So the struggles, you tend to jump into, as a D, you tend to jump into a project quickly, whereas the C team member likes to think things through in detail. You both want results, but they want things done right, and you want things done now. The difference in pace is the chief source of conflict. Your tendency to control things can be discouraging to the C team member who does not want to feel pressured. It's possible that we could totally fail. But I'm not going to let failure keep me from doing stuff. Sometimes you win, sometimes you learn. To me, it's a phenomenal opportunity for us to grow. But to him, listen, you're comfortable. Why would you want to take any risk right now? Well, it's a calculated risk. So, strategies, do not become impatient with this person. I have to be very patient with Scott, and it pays great dividends. Don't rush or push him or her. Be patient. Give this team member time to make decisions. Allow this person time to gather all the facts and do things correctly as he or she defines correct. So, I've learned that Scott is not going to make a decision on something that he hasn't researched, he hasn't, gotten all the information, he hasn't had time to think it through. Might get a quick no if you're looking for a decision. But laying all the vision out, the what, the why, the how, and why it all makes sense. Scott, think about it. And then he'll come back. In fact, we had a situation years ago. One of the things that my service company does is we wash high-end rugs. And I mean, beautiful equipment. It's a couple $100,000 worth of beautiful equipment that it's literally you wash these rugs. Well, before we had this equipment, we were doing it with we had like a wash pit. It's all manual, and it took a long time. And the guy who was running that department wanted this equipment, but he couldn't get Scott to look at this equipment. He kept saying, "Hey, we need this equipment. We need this equipment. We should get this equipment." Scott didn't want to do it. And so frustrated, he went to Santiago, who, by the way, is a master disc trainer. And he said, "You're going about it all the wrong way." He said, "What you need to do, remember that Scott's a C, you're a D. So what you need to do is you need to get all the facts and figures and do all the research on how much labor we're going to save, the production, and in other words, the return on investment, and put it in like a binder for him." So they created this nice report and put it together, And he said, Scott, listen, I really believe, as you know, I believe this equipment will really save us a lot of money, make us a lot of money. And would you look at this and go through this and give me a decision? Give me some feedback. He said, yeah, sure. Now, here's the thing about a seed. They want everything to be correct. So when they give you their word that they're going to do something, they're going to do it. It just might take them longer than it would take you. And so he said, when can I hear back from you? He said, give me a week. A week later, ladies and gentlemen, a week later, Scott Zach sends me an email that says, hey, Chief, I think we should invest in this equipment. $250,000. Interesting. Okay. Guess what happened right after we got that equipment installed? Hurricane Harvey hit Houston, Texas. Hurricane Harvey in 2017, the whole city was underwater. And all of a sudden, we had rugs stacked up to the ceiling in our warehouse. What was that? How many years ago was that? 9 years ago? 8 years ago? Over 8 years ago. We'd still be trying to clean those rugs 8 years later. But because we had all that automated equipment, man, we made so much money. We probably could have paid off all the equipment like in 2 months. Now we had it on a finance. I mean, we financed it over a period of time, and so we paid it off quickly and early. Doesn't mean that you have to. I'm not going to do everything that Scott says that I should do. It's a balance here, because the fact is, if you want to know the truth, uh, he didn't think that phenomenal products was a good idea, that I shouldn't do that when I started it. Back then, we had no idea it was going to turn into this. But guess what he says about phenomenal products in Inner Circle today? Wow, that's a great company.